Welcome to HD Rare Coins111, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare U.S. coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. The story of the United States of America Eisenhower $1 coin from 1971 begins far earlier than the minting year itself. It begins in a moment of national reflection, a time when America wanted to honor the memory of Dwight D. Eisenhower, the general who led Allied forces to victory in World War II and later served as the 34th President of the United States. When this coin was first proposed, it was not merely a piece of currency. It was intended as a symbol of American pride, remembrance, and historical continuity. As the United States stepped into the decade of the 1970s, the nation was undergoing significant changes. Yet, amid all uncertainties, one thing was clear: America wanted a new dollar coin to honor Eisenhower and to celebrate the triumph of the Apollo 11 moon landing. This is why the reverse of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar is not just a design, it is a tribute to human achievement, depicting an eagle landing on the moon, inspired by the Apollo 11 mission insignia. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar holds a special place in numismatic history because it marked the first time since 1935 that the country produced a circulating $1 coin. For collectors, this coin represents the rebirth of the American dollar coin, bringing back the size and weight that many coin lovers had missed since the end of the peace dollar era. The craftsmanship behind the 1971 Eisenhower dollar is remarkable. Frank Gasparo, the talented chief engraver of the United States Mint, carefully sculpted both sides of the coin with exceptional detail. On the obverse, Eisenhower's portrait stands bold, commanding respect. On the reverse, the iconic lunar landing eagle spreads its wings, as if confidently soaring from Earth to the moon and back again. But the beauty of this coin lies not only in its design, its history is filled with variations that collectors chase with great passion. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar exists in two primary forms: the copper-nickel-clad version struck for circulation and the special silver-clad version struck for collectors and sold in special government packaging. Each version has its own story, and each carries its own mysteries. For many collectors, the 1971 Eisenhower dollar is a treasure because it represents the very first year of the series. First-year coins always hold a certain magic, a level of desirability that later dates cannot match. This is especially true with the Eisenhower dollar, as the first-year issues were produced using new dies, new methods, and with the attention of a mint eager to introduce a bold new coin. As the Eisenhower dollars began to circulate, they gained immediate popularity. But collectors soon noticed something unusual. Not all $1,971 looked the same. Some showed sharper details, some showed faint strike lines, and some possessed minor anomalies. These minor features soon became legendary, turning ordinary pocket change into fascinating collectibles. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar is also known for its striking challenges. The hardness of the metal and the size of the coin caused uneven strikes, weak details, and variations in finish. These natural flaws created rare types that collectors seek today, especially those with exceptionally strong or unusually crisp strikes. Another interesting fact about the 1971 Eisenhower dollar is the existence of the friendly eagle variety. This variety shows slight differences in the eagle's feathers and features. Many collectors spend years searching for perfect examples of this rare and visually distinct design. As collectors dig deeper into the world of 1971 Eisenhower dollars, they discover that some coins were produced with almost flawless finishes, while others suffered from the challenging minting conditions. These inconsistencies have elevated certain examples to legendary status among coin enthusiasts. Beyond the minting and variations, the story of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar is also a story of America's pride in its scientific achievements. The lunar landing design represents a moment in history when the impossible became possible. Holding this coin feels like holding a piece of the moon race itself. The Eisenhower dollar from 1971 is also notable because it was the last large-sized dollar coin minted for circulation in America. After the Eisenhower series ended, all future dollar coins would shrink in size, making the Ike dollar the last of its kind, big, bold, and unmistakably American. Collectors appreciate the sheer presence of the coin. It is heavy, solid, and satisfying to hold. Its large surface area allows the artwork to shine, making it a favorite among those who enjoy coins with grand visual impact. Many people who find a 1971 Eisenhower dollar in old drawers or inherited collections often have no idea that some rare examples can be worth a small fortune. What appears to be an ordinary coin can, in the right condition, be a remarkable find. The value of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar depends heavily on several factors, including strike quality, luster, surface preservation, and whether the coin is a rare variety. The best examples, often graded by professional grading companies, shine with radiant surfaces and crisp detail. Some 1971 Eisenhower dollars exhibit subtle mint errors such as planchet flaws, die cracks, and off-center strikes. These errors increase rarity and add exciting value to the coin. Collectors love these unexpected minting surprises, especially when they appear on the first-year coins. There are also extremely rare 1971 silver-clad Eisenhower dollars with special finishes that were created in very limited quantities. These pieces can command astonishing prices at auctions due to their scarcity, and the strong demand from serious collectors. As years have passed, the 1971 Eisenhower dollar has transformed from a piece of circulating currency into a powerful collectible. Its connection to American history, its majestic design, and its rarity and high grades make it one of the most desirable modern dollars in numismatics. Collectors who search for the best examples often chase the elusive perfect specimen, a coin struck with precision, preserved with care, and free of even the slightest marks. These masterpiece-level coins are the stars of auctions and private collections. There is something special about the way the Eisenhower portrait captures strength and dignity, reflecting the leadership that helped guide America through war and peace. His calm expression seems to tell the story of a man who shaped history, making the coin feel as though it carries his legacy. The reverse of the coin, featuring the lunar landing eagle, symbolizes exploration, ambition, and human achievement. It is a design that continues to inspire collectors of all ages, reminding them of America's extraordinary leap into space. Even younger collectors who were born long after 1971 still find themselves fascinated by this coin. It stands as a reminder that coins are more than metal. They are storytellers, carrying pieces of history across generations. Many viewers of this channel often message to say they found an old Eisenhower dollar in a jar or in their grandfather's belongings. Every time, the excitement is the same, the thrill of discovering something that feels rare and important. If you have a 1971 Eisenhower dollar at home, this story may inspire you to take a closer look. You never know if your coin is one of the exceptional pieces that collectors search the world to find. This is why we always encourage viewers to comment with photos or descriptions of their coins. Every coin has a story, and we love helping you discover yours. As we reach the final part of today's story, remember that rare, high-grade, or special variety 1971 Eisenhower dollars can achieve breathtaking value, with some extraordinary examples reaching as high as $240,000 in the collector's market. Comment below about your own coins so our channel can provide information about them. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like the video for more amazing coin stories. Top 2. The story of the United States of America Eisenhower $1 coin from 1972 begins in a time when the nation was adjusting to a new era. Just 1 year earlier, the Eisenhower dollar had returned the large-size American dollar coin to circulation for the first time since the 1930s. But in 1972, something happened that transformed the Eisenhower dollar into one of the most fascinating modern collectibles ever minted. In 1972, the United States Mint continued its mission to honor Dwight D. Eisenhower and the Apollo 11 moon landing. The Eisenhower dollar was more than a monetary tool. It was a tribute to a president, a general, and the remarkable human achievement of landing on the moon. The obverse featured Eisenhower's dignified portrait, while the reverse displayed the majestic lunar landing eagle, wings open, talons out, descending onto the moon's surface. The year 1972, however, would soon become legendary among collectors, not because of a single design but because of the unexpected variations that emerged. These variations turned the 1972 Eisenhower dollar into a treasure hunt, filled with mysteries, surprises, and incredible value for those who know what to look for. The three main reverse varieties of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar, known as Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3, are the heart of its rarity. Each variety features subtle differences in the Earth's outline, the continents, and the detail levels. For collectors of Eisenhower dollars, these three varieties transformed the 1972 issue into one of the most engaging modern coins in American history. The Type 1 reverse was bold and rough, showing a noticeably crude Earth with flat-looking continents. This version was used early in the year and became one of the most common types. Still, collectors love it because it represents the earliest stage of the 1972 minting story. The Type 3 reverse, introduced later, shows the globe with sharper, more refined details. The continents appear clearer and more carefully shaped. This variety appeared throughout much of the year and remains the most familiar form of the 1972 dollar. But the true legend of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar lies in the rare and spectacular Type 2 reverse. This variety was struck with a modified reverse used primarily for collector versions of the coin. Only a very small number of these Type 2 reverses accidentally ended up on circulation strike coins from Philadelphia, making them one of the rarest Eisenhower dollars ever discovered. The Type 2 reverse shows the Earth with smooth, rounded continents and a more natural shape. Collectors quickly learned that finding a Type 2 1972 Eisenhower dollar was like discovering hidden treasure, because only a tiny handful were ever released into the public. Beyond these varieties, the 1972 Eisenhower dollar also faced minting challenges similar to the 1971 issue. The size, weight, and composition of the metal created difficulties that caused weak strikes, missing details, and unusual surface textures. These natural imperfections created their own series of unique coins, unexpected errors that collectors cherish. Some 1972 Eisenhower dollars show clashed dies, where faint ghost-like images appear in the background. Others show off-center strikes, lamination flaws, or die cracks that stretch across the surface like tiny lightning bolts. Each of these accidents adds character and value, making every discovery exciting for collectors. The silver-clad 1972 Eisenhower dollars, manufactured for collector sets, also hold a special place in the story. Their smoother surfaces, brighter luster, and superior detail make them visually stunning. These silver-clad versions were not released for circulation, so finding a well-preserved one today feels like holding a piece of minting perfection. The Philadelphia minted $1,972, struck without a mint mark, carry the greatest mystery because they include the incredibly rare Type 2 variety. For decades, collectors searched bags, rolls, boxes, and old savings jars, hoping to catch even a glimpse of one of these valuable coins. Many coin enthusiasts agree that the 1972 Eisenhower dollar represents one of the greatest challenges in modern American numismatics. The combination of varieties, rarity, and minting complexities transformed it into one of the most sought-after Ike dollars ever struck. The beauty of the Eisenhower dollar design also adds to its appeal. Eisenhower's portrait shows strength and wisdom, capturing the essence of a leader who guided America through war and peace. His gaze is strong but calm, reflecting the character of a man who helped shape world history. On the reverse, the powerful lunar landing eagle symbolizes exploration, courage, and innovation. The eagle clutching the olive branch represents peace, while its descent onto the moon symbolizes humanity's ability to reach the impossible. This design, inspired by Apollo 11, remains one of the most meaningful reverse designs in U.S. coinage. Holding a 1972 Eisenhower dollar feels like holding a piece of America's journey, its leadership, its war victories, its space exploration, and its evolving identity. The coin carries history not only in metal but in meaning. collectors also appreciate the sheer size and weight of the Eisenhower dollar. It has a presence unlike any modern coin, making it feel significant from the moment it rests in your hand. Its wide surface allows the artwork to stand boldly, giving both sides a grand appearance. Over the years, the 1972 Eisenhower dollar has built a reputation that continues to grow. It is not merely a coin from the early 70s, it is a milestone in modern U.S. coinage, a challenge for collectors, and a reward for those who recognize its rare varieties. As new generations of collectors discover this coin, they quickly learn about the thrill of identifying the Type II reverse. Many who find 1972 Eisenhower dollars in old boxes or inherited collections never imagine that one of their coins could be a hidden rarity worth a surprising sum. What makes the 1972 Eisenhower dollar even more exciting is that real treasures are still out there. Even today, collectors occasionally uncover Type II examples in unexpected places, reigniting the excitement that first surrounded this coin more than 50 years ago. Some collectors dedicate years to assembling all three reverse varieties of the $1,972 in high grade. Completing such a set is a genuine achievement, because finding pristine examples, especially of the rare Type II, is incredibly difficult. The story of this coin reminds us that not all treasures come from gold or jewels. Sometimes they come from everyday objects that carry extraordinary stories of presidents, wars, space travel, and American innovation. For those who collect Eisenhower dollars, the 1972 issue remains a crown jewel, especially in high-grade condition. Professional grading services have certified only a very small number of top-quality examples, making them extremely valuable. And this is why so many collectors cherish their Eisenhower dollars. Each one represents a small part of America's narrative, bridging generations with a piece of history that endures long after the era has passed. Watching videos like this helps collectors learn how to identify rare types, varieties, and minting errors. And every time someone finds something special in their collection, it becomes another chapter in the ongoing adventure of numismatics. If you have a 1972 Eisenhower dollar at home, this story should inspire you to take a closer look. You may be holding something far more rare and valuable than you ever imagined. We always encourage viewers to comment below with photos or descriptions of their coins so we can help identify varieties, errors, and potential value. Every coin has a story waiting to be uncovered. As we reach the final chapter of today's storytelling journey, remember that the rarest and highest grade varieties of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar have reached extraordinary values, with some remarkable examples selling for as high as $230,000. Comment below about your own coins so our channel can provide information about them. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like the video for more amazing coin stories. Top 3. The story of the United States of America Eisenhower $1 coin from 1974 begins in a moment when America was balancing tradition with change. The country had already welcomed the Eisenhower dollar in 1971, and by 1974 it had firmly become a symbol of national pride, honoring both a respected leader and the extraordinary achievement of the Apollo 11 moon landing. But the 1974 issue carries its own aura, its own personality, and its own special place within the world of collectors. The Eisenhower dollar was created to honor Dwight D. Eisenhower, the commander of Allied forces in World War II and the president who led the nation through a period of growth and stability. His portrait on the obverse of the coin is strong and stately, capturing the strength, calm, and leadership that defined his legacy. In 1974, this portrait continued to remind Americans of the man who shaped much of their modern history. On the reverse, the coin continued to display the iconic eagle landing on the moon, a design inspired by the Apollo 11 mission insignia. The eagle's outstretched wings, the lunar surface beneath its talons, and the distant Earth in the sky create an image that feels both patriotic and aspirational. By 1974, Americans still felt pride in the moon landing, and this coin allowed that pride to live in every pocket and purse. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar, unlike its silver versions, made for collectors in earlier years, was struck only in copper nickel clad for circulation. This created a unique situation where all 1974 Ike dollars entering the public were identical in composition, but their quality and condition varied dramatically depending on where and how they were handled. Collectors soon discovered that the 1974 Eisenhower dollar came with its own set of striking challenges. Because the metal used was hard and the coin itself was large, achieving sharp details required tremendous pressure. Not all coins received perfect strikes, which led to many coins with soft details, weak lettering, and faint features. These natural imperfections gave birth to an entire universe of varieties and error coins that collectors cherish today. Some 1974 Eisenhower dollars showed die cracks that streak across the surface like small rivers. Others reveal filled dies that cause missing details. Some were struck slightly off-center, giving them a unique and eye-catching appearance. The Philadelphia Mint produced the 1974 Eisenhower dollars without mint marks, while the Denver Mint added the familiar DE mint mark. Although both versions circulated widely, collectors quickly learned that high-grade examples from either mint were surprisingly difficult to find. Most coins suffered from heavy contact marks, scratches, and wear from circulation. Collectors searching for well-preserved 1974 Eisenhower dollars are often surprised by how rare top-quality examples truly are. Even uncirculated coins stored in bags developed marks from rubbing against other large dollar coins. For a collector, finding one with smooth surfaces, crisp detail, and strong luster is like discovering a hidden gem. Another appealing part of the story lies in the proof versions produced at the San Francisco Mint. While not silver, these proof coins shine with mirror-like surfaces that reflect the artistry behind the Eisenhower series. Their deep, dramatic contrast gives new life to Eisenhower's portrait and the lunar landing design. What makes the 1974 Eisenhower dollar so fascinating is that it sits between two historic moments. In 1976, the U.S. Mint would introduce the bicentennial design with the Liberty Bell and Moon. But in 1974, the original Apollo 11 theme design reached one of its final years, making this issue a closing chapter in a story that began in 1969 with mankind's first steps on the Moon. For many collectors, the 1974 coin captures the feeling of the early 1970s, an era of exploration, change, and national pride. It represents a time when the moon landing was still fresh in people's minds and when President Eisenhower's legacy still stood tall in American memory. Collectors who appreciate varieties often look for doubled dies among 1974 Eisenhower dollars. While not common, some examples show doubling on the lettering or the date, creating valuable and exciting discoveries for those who know where to look. There are also impressive errors such as off-metal strikes, clipped planchets, and broad-struck examples. These unique mistakes left the mint unexpectedly and now stand as rare artifacts from the minting process, often worth far more than regular coins. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar also has an interesting connection to the debate surrounding large dollar coins. By the mid-1970s, some Americans felt the dollar coin was too big and too heavy. This debate eventually led to the smaller Susan B. Anthony dollar in 1979. Because of this, the Ike dollar from 1974 is one of the last years of America's iconic large-sized dollar coin. Holding a 1974 Eisenhower dollar feels like holding a piece of the past. It has weight, it has presence, and it commands attention every time light hits its broad, reflective surfaces. This makes it a favorite among collectors who appreciate coins with a commanding appearance. When people today find Eisenhower dollars in old drawers, boxes, and inherited collections, they often feel a wave of excitement, even before knowing what specific year they have. The 1974 issue is especially exciting because high-quality examples are surprisingly scarce. For decades, collectors have searched bank rolls, mint bags, and estate collections looking for pristine examples of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar. Only a small number of coins escaped circulation without scratches, dents, or loss of luster. These special pieces now stand out as remarkable survivors. Many collectors also enjoy assembling complete sets of Eisenhower dollars. And whenever they reach the 1974 coin, they recognize its importance as one of the final standard design Ikes before the bicentennial celebration arrived. The Eisenhower dollar also reminds us of the incredible achievements of the Apollo missions. The moon landing eagle design is one of the most meaningful reverse designs in modern U.S. coinage, capturing a moment when humanity proved that impossible dreams could become real. When you study the details of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar, you notice the care and artistry that went into its creation. Even though large clad dollars were tough to strike sharply, the design remains powerful, bold, and distinctly American. Collectors love this coin not only for its history, but for its beauty, its size, and its connection to a time when America was reaching beyond Earth and toward the stars. Every 1974 Eisenhower dollar carries that story, preserved in metal for the next generation to appreciate. It is always thrilling when viewers share their own Eisenhower dollars in the comments. Many people find treasures tucked away for decades, and every coin has its own story and its own journey from past to present. We always encourage viewers to comment about their coins so we can help identify what they might have done. If you have a 1974 Eisenhower dollar, this story may inspire you to examine it more closely. Look at the details, the luster, the edges, and the surfaces. You might discover something rare, something unique, or something surprisingly valuable. Each year, collectors continue to uncover remarkable examples of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar, including high-grade survivors and exciting era varieties. These discoveries add new chapters to the story of one of America's most iconic modern dollar coins. The Eisenhower series may have ended decades ago, but its legacy continues to grow, especially among collectors who appreciate history, artistry, and the thrill of finding something extraordinary. The 1974 coin stands as one of the series' strongest ambassadors, reminding us of a time when big coins carried big stories. As we close today's long and captivating story, remember that the highest quality and rarest varieties of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar have achieved astonishing prices in the collector's market, with some extraordinary examples reaching as high as $210,000. Comment below about your own coins so our channel can provide information about them. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like the video for more amazing coin stories. Top 4. The story of the United States of America. Susan B. Anthony $1 coin from 1979 begins with a historic decision that would introduce the first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real, non-allegorical woman. For the first time in American coinage history, a woman who changed the course of the nation, Susan B. Anthony, was chosen to appear on a dollar coin. Her tireless fight for women's rights, civil justice, and equality left a powerful legacy, and in 1979, that legacy became something Americans could carry in their hands. Before this groundbreaking coin was minted, America had spent decades using large, heavy dollar coins like the Eisenhower dollar. But many people complained that the large dollars were too bulky for everyday use. The U.S. Mint wanted a dollar coin that was easier to carry, practical in size, and symbolic of progress. The result was the Susan B. Anthony dollar, a smaller, modern coin meant to revolutionize American currency. When the first 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollars rolled off the presses, they represented more than metal. They represented change, both social and practical. The obverse featured a powerful portrait of Susan B. Anthony, her gaze steady and determined, reminding every American of the sacrifices she made to secure women's right to vote. Her presence on the coin was a tribute to courage and leadership. On the reverse, the familiar Apollo 11 lunar landing design returned, linking the coin to the proud tradition established by the Eisenhower dollar. The eagle landing on the moon symbolized American strength, innovation, and the spirit of exploration. This combination of history and heroism made the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar a remarkable piece of American storytelling. Yet despite its strong symbolism, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar encountered challenges from the start. Its size and color were similar to the quarter dollar, causing widespread confusion. People accidentally spent them, mixed them with quarters, or rejected them altogether. This confusion led to low acceptance in daily commerce, which unintentionally created a future opportunity for collectors. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is the variety of mint marks and minting anomalies found among the coins. They were struck at 3 mints, Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with the D mint mark, and San Francisco with the S mint mark for proof coins. Each location produced coins with different qualities, finishes, and hidden surprises. The San Francisco Mint, known for its stunning proof coinage, struck two distinct varieties of the 1979 S proof, the Type 1 filled S, where the mint mark appears swollen or blob-like, and the Type 2 clear S, which features a sharp and crisp mint mark. The Type 2 is significantly scarcer and highly prized among collectors. Beyond the proof varieties, some circulation strikes show unusual characteristics like doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad-struck errors, and die cracks that add compelling value. Each of these errors transformed an ordinary pocket coin into something rare and desirable. Collectors often study the details of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar to identify variations in the rim, mint mark style, and strike sharpness. Even slight changes in the shape of the mint mark or the clarity of the details can separate a common coin from a valuable one. The thrill of discovering one of these hidden rarities keeps collectors searching. The introduction of the Susan B. Anthony dollar represented a turning point in U.S. coin design. It was the first small-sized dollar coin, setting the stage for later programs like the Sacagawea dollar and presidential dollars. In many ways, Susan B. Anthony paved the path for future coinage honoring important figures. But the story of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is more than history, it is a story of mystery and collector excitement. Many coins from this year have been found in exceptional condition, preserved in bank vaults, forgotten in storage, or tucked away in sealed mint sets. Uncirculated examples with bright luster and sharp detail have become especially valuable. The Philadelphia minted $1,979, bearing no mint mark, were heavily used in everyday transactions. Because of this, finding pristine examples is surprisingly difficult. Most coins display marks, wear, and dull surfaces. High-quality survivors stand out dramatically and command significant collector attention. Denver-issued coins with the D mint mark were also widely circulated. However, some Denver-struck examples exhibit incredibly sharp details and satiny surfaces that make them stand out among the rest. These rare high-grade specimens are considered true treasures in the series. The San Francisco proof coins, especially the Type 2 clear S, hold a special position in the hearts of collectors. Their mirrored surfaces, frosted devices, and meticulous craftsmanship display the true artistic beauty of the Susan B. Anthony design. The Type 2 proof is one of the most sought-after modern proof coins in United States coinage. As collectors dive deeper into the 1979 series, they discover even more interesting stories, like the unintentional creation of wide rim and near-date varieties on some Philadelphia coins. The wider rim gives the coin a bolder frame and is noticeably different from the common version. This wide rim variety is significantly scarcer and highly collectible. The wide rim 1979 P dollar has become a key rarity in the series. Sharp examples are often found only in old mint sets or preserved collections, making them both exciting and valuable. Many collectors search through piles of $1,979 hoping to discover this elusive variety. Holding a 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar can feel like holding a piece of American progress. It represents the courage of a woman who fought her entire life for equality, the innovation of the Apollo missions, and the continuous evolution of United States coinage. Its small size may deceive the eye, but its story is larger than life. Collectors often say that the Susan B. Anthony dollar is a coin that must be understood to be appreciated. Its historical significance, combined with its varieties and hidden treasures, makes it a coin worth studying in detail. Even seasoned collectors continue to learn new things about this fascinating issue. Every year, more collectors join the hunt for rare and exceptional 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollars. The thrill of discovering a pristine specimen, a rare error, or a valuable variety keeps this coin alive in the modern collecting world. What began as an unpopular coin has become a beloved cornerstone of modern numismatics. The Susan B. Anthony's story itself adds emotional depth to the coin. Her commitment to justice and equality forever changed American history. Having her portrait on a coin ensures her legacy lives on, reminding future generations of the battles she fought and the rights she helped secure. Looking closely at the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar reveals the artistry behind its design. From the sharp lines of her profile to the intricate details of the lunar landing eagle, every aspect carries meaning. Each coin tells a story of determination, exploration, and national identity. As time passes, collectors increasingly recognize the hidden potential of this coin. Rare high-grade coins, exceptional errors, and scarce varieties continue to rise in demand. The 1979 issue remains the most important year of the series, filled with surprises waiting to be discovered. This is why we always encourage viewers to comment below and share photos or descriptions of their own coins. Many viewers discover valuable varieties they never knew they had, and helping people learn the stories behind their coins is one of the most exciting parts of this channel. If you have a 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar at home, this story may inspire you to take a closer look. Examine the mintmark, inspect the rim, study the details, and look for any unusual characteristics. You might be holding something rare, something valuable, or something historically important. Collectors who appreciate powerful stories and hidden treasures often fall in love with this series. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar carries meaning, history, and surprises, everything a numismatist could ask for in a modern circulating coin. As we reach the final part of this long and captivating journey, remember that rare, high-grade, and special variety examples of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar have reached astonishing prices, with some extraordinary pieces selling for as high as $170,000 in the collector's market. Comment below about your own coins so our channel can provide information about them. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like the video for more amazing coin stories.